So there's a trend right now going on, and I wanted to talk about it for a quick minute. It's called sight unseen offers. So recently I had a call from a client, and what she said was, we've been watching this house. It was coming soon. It was supposed to come on next weekend, and now all of a sudden it's sold. What's going on and how did that happen? What is happening out here in Kansas City, at least, I don't know about other areas, but in Kansas City, buyers are so eager to get homes that they are making sight unseen offers. And what that means is they are making offers on homes that they have never set foot in. Now, to be honest, when I first heard about this a few months ago, I really didn't believe it. But now I can tell you that the last two homes that I have sold have been sight unseen. One of them had inspections, the other one waived everything. So let's talk about how is that beneficial or not to a seller, and how is that beneficial or not to a buyer. As a seller, if you go on the open market, then you are more likely to get a bidding war and potentially get more for your home. However, if someone makes an offer sight unseen and they waive some of those things, for example, let's say they make the offer for more than asking price, waiving inspections, waiving appraisal, then basically, do you have anything to lose? The offer is pretty sweet, and some of the sellers are deciding to take it depending upon the price. I had a home a couple of months ago that sold sight unseen, and the buyers did want to do inspections. However, what they put in was, unless there was a repair that was for $5,000 or more in cost, then they waived the right to cancel. In other words, if you are selling your home, don't let a buyer come in, make a sight unseen offer, and say that they get 10 days for inspections and could cancel for any reason. Because that's the default in the Kansas and Missouri contract, is that you have 10 days to inspect or do your due diligence, and if you don't like something you find, you can cancel. Well, sometimes a buyer might do that as a ploy just to be their first foot in the door, to get their foot in the door first. And they know that they have 10 days and they could cancel if they don't like the house. That's really putting the seller at a disadvantage. However, if they waive some of those, then the seller might want to consider the offer. In the end, there can be risks and maybe benefits to both buyer and seller. So talk with your agent about some of those minute but important details to find out if you'd like to make a sight unseen offer, or if you're on the other side, if you'd like to accept a sight unseen offer. Again, call me anytime you have any questions. I just wanted to let you know what was going on out here. Have a great weekend.